Hi everyone, my name is Jim Agar, and if any of my scouts are watching, it's still Mr. Agar to you. I'm the father of three boys who love being scouts. Joe, who is 16 and is completing his 10th year in scouting, and I'm very proud to say, is finally closing in on his Eagle Scout Award. Oliver, who is a second class scout and is my special needs superhero, having earned 17 merit badges and counting since early March. And Benjamin, who has his Lion, Bobcat, Tiger, and Wolf Cub Scout awards, and who, like many little boys, wants to be just like his big brothers. The truth is, I'd like to be just like his big brothers, as well as Benjamin, too. I'm also fortunate to serve as a leader in my son's units, as a merit badge counselor, and as a member of the Patriots Path Council Executive Board. You know, over the past 2.5 months, the pandemic and the resulting shutdown of, well, just about everything, have reinforced my deeply held belief as a scouting alumnus, parent, and leader that now, more than ever, America, indeed our future, depends on the scouting program. And scouting today is more relevant than it's ever been. I've watched as my children have pursued their advancement online and attended weekly meetings via Zoom, while other kids' sporting, extracurricular, and out of school activities have come to grinding halts and complete standstills. I've seen thousands of scouts around the country flock to virtual programs in such timely subjects as safety, emergency preparedness, cooking, family life, and public health. I was blown away by the success of the BSA's first ever online national camp-in and, like so many other families in our program, my kids, my wife, and I got to bond around a computer singing traditional scouting songs and watching skits during a countrywide virtual campfire. More importantly, I know of dozens of face mask making and food collection and other service projects that have been engineered and driven by scouting over the past few months in all areas of our country. And yes, I was truly touched when I saw pictures of my own son's troop, as it always does and has for decades and will continue to for many years to come, deploying scouts to our local cemeteries to place flags upon the graves of our nation's heroes this last Memorial Day weekend. Scouting is the nation's foremost youth development program, and one of the things that make it truly special is its rich heritage as part of the American fabric. My dad, the child of recently arrived Southern European immigrant mill workers, was a scout for a time in the early 1930s. I was a scout as a youth starting in 1979 and throughout most of the 1980s. My wife was an explorer in high school and later served as a den leader or assistant for 7 years, and two of her brothers spent time in Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts, with one later serving as an assistant scoutmaster and scout dad in Syracuse, New York. Anyway, by the time my youngest son, Benjamin, turns 18 and graduates from the Scouts BSA program, it will be 2031, a full 98 years after my dad went on his first camp out at now long since decommissioned Camp Nokachoke of the old Fall River Council in Massachusetts. And with any luck, and God's goodwill, of course, not too long after that, at least one of my children will bless me with one or more grandchildren who can carry on our scouting heritage in my family's fourth generation and into a second century of civics lessons, water safety training, campfires, and community service activities. Indeed, scouting continues, just as it has through 2 world wars, the Great Depression, national civil unrest, and yes, even prior epidemics. Scouting is timeless, and there is no greater a symbol of the movement's endurance than Mackenzie Tate's statue, the Ideal Scout, also known as the Boy Scout, an image with which so many of you are undoubtedly familiar, that of a young man in his scout uniform holding his campaign hat in his right hand and standing with a thoughtful look on his wise for his age face. The original statue stood for more than 75 years, starting in 1933, the year my dad joined Scouts, in front of the Philadelphia Scout office. And 18 replicas around the country and other parts of the world are registered with Smithsonian Institution. I'm delighted to tell you that Patriots Path Council will soon have its own Ideal Scout, and it will join a prominently displayed American flag as the focal points of our Scout Plaza that is currently being constructed at the Council Service Center in Cedar Knolls. And with this great undertaking, you can be a part of history by commemorating a special achievement, such as a loved one becoming an Eagle Scout, or by making a dedication to a retiring Scoutmaster, or by remembering a Scout or Scouter who's gone home, or by leaving another meaningful message of your own choosing. How? By purchasing a customized engraved brick that will be part of the walkway to this beautiful and inspiring monument for many decades to come. These bricks range in size from 4 by 8 inches to 12 by 12 inches and are priced from $100 to $500. Please go to ppcbsa.org/give/special-events and click on 2020 Brick Campaign to find out how to enshrine your special message in a brick that is part of this iconic project. In addition to the Scout Plaza, there are so many other exciting things going on here in the Patriots Path Council that are designed to ensure that scouting is available to every eligible and interested youth, regardless of ability status, family background, or socioeconomic class and wherewithal to pay. As the son of a man who, as a boy, had to leave scouting because his working class parents simply couldn't afford it, and as the father of a special needs scout, these goals are extremely personal to me. So I'm excited and honored to have been asked to lead our council's Friends of Scouting campaign for this year and to serve as the chair of our Scouting Forward 2020 breakfast event. Scouting Forward 2020 will take place on Thursday morning, September 24th at the Park Avenue Club in Florham Park, and I'm greatly looking forward to hearing from our event MC, Scouting alumnus, two-time Super Bowl champion, former New York Giant, and current motivational speaker and youth mentor Lee Roussan, and his former teammate, our keynote speaker, three-time Super Bowl champion, the dynamic Bart Oates, who is now an attorney here in New Jersey, the president of the NFL Alumni Association, and the father of 3 children, one of whom is an Eagle Scout. Let's hear a few words from Bart.